isn't it like a marshy area?
That's what we would say.
Right. I'm like, what? Am I thinking the wrong thing? What is it?
It's a toilet.
Ew.
Kind of marshy.
Feeling discouraged. Kind of like, oh.
No. Hey guys, welcome back to the Girl Gone London channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin. I'm an American who's lived in the UK for almost 10 years. This is my best friend Emily, who is American and grew up on the same street as me in Florida. I'm home visiting my family and friends, but we are going to test Emily's knowledge of some British sayings. And so I feel like this video is going to be even more fun than the video of me testing myself, simply because my husband's British and I'm around his British family a lot. So I know a lot of them. It's just impossible to not learn a lot of them over the years, but I'm not entirely sure how many Emily will know. So I feel like we're getting the genuine like American reaction to what these things are. But I feel like you will know some. You've seen Downton Abbey.
Right. Yeah, that's all I got.
Let's start out with some easy ones. Okay. I say easy, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so what would it mean if you told someone that you fancy them?
Oh, like you like them?
Yeah. So it means like I have a crush on you. I like fancy you. Okay, next one. What would it mean if someone said you're smartly dressed or you look smart?
Like you're fashionable. I really like your outfit. Like you look really put together.
Yeah. Being dressed well, but I feel like we don't use smart here to mean that. No. So you can only get it from like context clues, right?
Right.
Because if someone told me that I looked smart in America, I would think it was like intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chuffed.
I'm trying to think. I'm a bit chuffed.
Yeah.
I'm a bit I want to say like feeling discouraged, kind of like, oh no.
Chuffed is a word to use when describing how ecstatic you are about something.
Oh, so quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay,
like so, I'm well chuffed.
Oh, because to me it sounds like kind of like
it sounds to me like chafes, like you were chafed.
That's what I was
thinking.
Beach. Like
yeah
like dead skin is flying.
We just went to the beach this morning.
Yeah.
So okay, do you know how long a fortnight is?
Isn't that like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we don't use that here, right?
No, not.
I can never remember what we use where, but yes, 2 weeks.
We don't.
That's what they say.
People would think you're weird if you did that here.
You would just say 2 weeks.
Like, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, not a fortnight.
That's, Shakespeare in the Park. Too much.
Okay. What about gutted?
Gutted means that's where it's like you feel let down or like, oh, I'm gutted, I can't go.
Yeah, something sad has happened to you. Okay, what does it mean to nick? I don't want to give you too many clues because then I feel like, but do you know, like, what if you said like, she nicked that? Or are you gonna nick this?
Oh, like cut that idea, like saying, like, don't go with it. Or, no?
It means to steal or to take.
Okay.
You're thinking nicks, probably.
That's true.
Yeah.
Probably.
To nick something is to steal something.
Okay.
Do you know what a brolly is?
An umbrella?
Yes!
Yay!
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, next one. If someone says they're having a chin wag, what does that mean?
Oh, they're having a grand old time.
Doing what?
Chatting with someone?
Yeah, they're having a chat.
Having a chat.
Okay. Okay, here's a good one. What does the word gobby mean? And you could say, he's so gobby.
I want to say like he's so over the top.
I only know the defines definition because I'm not entirely sure on this. But I've heard it a couple times, but it says it's used to describe a mouthy and rude person. Oh. So I feel like it would be over the top. Side note.
Yeah.
Guy thinks that Americans use the word obnoxious to mean something different than British people use for the word obnoxious. So that's going to be my question for this video is British people comment below if someone says that's obnoxious, what would you think is happening? Because I feel like we use it if something is like over the top.
Like annoying
Annoying.
or like really hyperactive.
Yeah, you're being obnoxious. But then Guy says that we use it in like things can be obnoxious. Where I don't
like a loud alarm going off
is obnoxious.
Is obnoxious.
Someone who's doing something that you don't like could be obnoxious. But he seems to think that we're using it in a different way.
I'm sure we are.
So comment below, British people. Okay, next one. Quid.
Isn't that something with money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Like bucks? Like
Yes.
20 bucks?
Yeah.
20 quid?
It's the slang for pound.
Okay.
Okay, do you know what plastered means, to be plastered?
I mean, I know in America it means to be drunk. Like,
Well, it means the same thing in the UK then.
Okay. Well,
there we go.
Perfect.
Do you know what a stag night is?
Yes, it's like a bachelor party.
Yes, ding ding ding, basically British. Blighty.
Oh, I've heard it, but I don't know. Blighty means like happy?
It's another word for Britain. Or blighty.
Oh, blighty.
Do you know what a pram is?
Isn't that a stroller?
Yes.
Okay.
What about if someone is minted?
I always wanted to say like they're excited.
They're excited about how much money they have because it means that they're wealthy.
They're wealthy, okay.
Okay, let's do a few more. I feel like you're doing pretty good.
It could go downhill really quickly though.
Okay, what does it mean to leg it?
To leg it.
It's to L-E-G space it.
To walk it. Like to walk, like we'll just walk the rest of the way?
Kind of. It means to like run somewhere.
Okay.
You like legged it. Like if I'm behind in an airport, a guy would be like, we need to leg it. And I'd be like, stop talking British to me. Okay, do you know what bog means in the UK?
Probably not. Like to be...
It's like a thing.
Oh, it's a thing.
Yeah, like the bog.
Isn't it like a marshy area?
That's what we would say.
Right, I'm like, what? Am I thinking the wrong thing? What is it?
It's a toilet.
Ew.
Kind of marshy. So they say like bog roll.
What?
Yeah, so if in like
How?
they'll say like loo roll, bog roll, instead of saying toilet paper. Toilet roll. They actually say roll for everything.
That's weird.
They don't
I'm
actually
sorry.
say toilet paper.
Oh.
Also, paper towels.
Yeah.
They say paper towels.
Yeah.
They say kitchen towel.
That's feels wrong.
Because what if you use the paper towel somewhere besides
To
the
clean
kitchen?
the living room
then
or
it's
the
not
bathroom
the kitchen towel.
or the
Yeah.
toilet. Sorry.
Okay, last one. I think you'll know this one.
Okay.
Do you know what pants means in the UK?
Yes. Doesn't it mean underwear?
Yes. She knows it. She's not going to make that mistake the
Yes.
next time she comes to visit.
Oh my gosh.
I think you did pretty good.
I think so too.
I
but
think you did better than the average American.
Thank you. It's the Downton Abbey. Probably.
It's the Downton Abbey.
And seeing you a couple
and
times.
watching my videos where I
Exactly.
do it. Good
Yes.
job.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
Thanks very much for joining us. Don't forget to leave your comments on what you mean by the term obnoxious so we can figure out if British and American people say it differently. And I'll see you guys next time.